Welcome to this video course presentation on Jakarta EE8 framework. This video tutorial will be all about the combined features and specification of Java EE8 and Eclipse EE4J frameworks. Also, part of this objective is to highlight some full range of features that can be present in the upcoming Jakarta EE9 framework. With you on this course is yours truly, Sherwin Jan Tragura, the author of Spring 4 MVC Blueprints and Spring 5 Cookbook. I will be guiding you all throughout the framework, cover to cover, to give you all the details on how to use the components of this framework on some areas of your application. So now here are the 9 chapters or sections of this video course. We have section 1, which will be all about Servlet for Container, and will expand the discussions on HTTP2 protocol and how it will help run our servlets, filters, request dispatch, session handling, and listeners. And then we have section 2, which will discuss the updates on Enterprise Java Bean 3.2 and Java Server Faces 2.3 frameworks. Also, we have section 3, which will guide us on how to implement data persistency and validation in the framework. And then we have section 4, which will cover JSON-B utility APIs and JSON-P operations or transactions. And then section 5 will cover more on building asynchronous and reactive Jakarta EE components. Expect that our section 6 will talk about thread pools and executors to build concurrent applications in our framework. And then we have section 7 that will teach us how to implement authorization and authentication features of our software using the framework security framework. And then we have section 8, which will enumerate all the application servers that can support currently Jakarta EE framework and even in the near future. And lastly, we have section 9, which will give us all the solutions on how to build microservices and even run it locally or even in the cloud container. To be able to follow these video tutorials, viewers must have an exposure somehow on some Java Enterprise Edition platforms, must have a little background on reactive specification, must have written a simple threads or concurrent application, must have implemented a simple MVC application using any framework, and must have properly understood how to integrate database transactions using JDBC protocol. All recipes will be running on Java 10 SDK 64-bit and will be using Apache Tommy Plume 8 as its base application server. Also, we will be using Eclipse Photon for JEE as our development IDE, though some XML, HTML, and other property files will be opened using Sublime IDE. We will be using Windows 10 64-bit to run at least 1 GHz processor with enough memory to accommodate our installation and files. At the end of this video training course, the viewers must be able to understand the major components of the new Jakarta EE framework, must be able to implement enterprise applications using these components, must use the framework's context dependency injection or CDI 2.0 specification all throughout their software development, must be able to secure their applications using the framework security model, and lastly, must learn how to build and deploy Jakarta EE microservices.